Hi, Jane Garapick here. So I've got a question for you. It's a simple question, but it's surprisingly difficult to answer. Do you really know the real you? If someone asked you to describe the real you, would you even know what to tell them about who you really are, what you're really capable of? Do you have any idea how amazing, how unique, how special, how incredible you really are? If you're like most of us, then probably not, because most of the time we're thinking the opposite, that we're so lacking. If we could just be more like so-and-so, if we were thinner, sexier, prettier, funnier, smarter, whatever, you get the picture. We think the reason that we haven't found love, why we're still single, is because there is something wrong with us. And we really believe there is. When we think like that, we find that we're not surprised we haven't found someone because we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe we have worth. We don't believe we're worth anything better than we're currently settling for. And so it goes over and over again. That cycle just gets repeated without even realizing what's really going on because most of it is subconscious. It's part of our belief system. It's just the way we are, ingrained. Until one day, something happens to wake us up. And maybe it's one more devastating breakup. Maybe it's some aha moment where we finally get it. Or maybe it's something the universe sends us so that we catch a rare glimpse of our true potential. If we're paying attention, we may get that message and finally find ourselves, or at least a part of ourselves, that we didn't know before. And that's when we begin to see who we really are. This happened to me when I'd finally had enough. It was when yet another relationship that had shown oh so much promise came to a crashing end. And as usual, I did too. Except this time, something different happened. Sure, I was still the devastated, depressed, heartbroken person that I always was whenever a relationship ended that had shown so much promise when it didn't pan out the way I'd so hoped it would. But you know what? This time, I did something completely uncharacteristic of me. I found a part of myself that I hadn't ever even met before. Someone I didn't even recognize, doing something I never thought I could do. I had found strength. I ran. I sweated. Lots and lots of sweat pouring down my face. I had always been told I wasn't a runner. That's why this was a big deal for me. My sister was, but me, I was too fragile, too soft, too feminine, or at least that's how I'd been brought up, how I'd been programmed. Those are my internal beliefs that I didn't even realize I held until then. When a new friend found me, someone who'd been down the same path before with her own share of heartbreak, she helped me out of my own devastating heartbreak by commiserating with me and teaching me to run. Like the wind, and in the rain. So there I was, running in the rain, lots of rain, and I mean lots. I was living in Vancouver, British Columbia at the time. So if you wanted to run outside, you'd often be doing it in the rain. Sweat pouring down my face and body. Rain poured down my face and body. And you know what? I found out it wasn't really all that tough. With every step I ran, then every block I ran, then every mile I ran, I healed. And I got healthy and I got stronger and more resolved to wake up to myself, to feel my strength, to believe in myself, to stop doing this to myself anymore, to start respecting myself, to start believing in my worth as an individual, not as part of a relationship. And you know what? The more I ran, the stronger I got. I suddenly found myself liking who I was and realizing what I was capable of. I didn't quite know who this new person was, but I felt like she could do anything. And not just the things she was supposed to do, was told she could do, or was programmed to do, but she did the things that nobody thought she'd be able to do, including me. And I started to genuinely like her, this person I hadn't even known before. Of course, the type of change we're talking about here doesn't happen overnight, like so many books and relationship experts would like you to think that it happens. It just doesn't, at least not real change. It takes some of us a really, really long time to fully awaken. And even then, it's a slow journey. It took me several months to get my physical strength up. And it took even longer, much longer, to get my emotional strength up. And of course, the healing is an ongoing process. It's a journey. But know this, as long as it takes, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You're not missing out on your guy. Because here's the beauty of all this. As long as it's taking you to get there, to go through this process, it's taking you to the right place. Because at the right time, you're both going to come alongside each other and everything is going to match up. But not yet. Because if you're not ready, he's not ready either. If he were ready now, you wouldn't be. So he wouldn't be your guy and you wouldn't be his girl. And it doesn't work that way. When you're ready, he will be too. And his journey, it's not going to look anything like yours. It'll be his. So you don't even have to think about his. Just focus on you, because that's the point here. Get yourself ready and run, climb mountains, dance, or whatever it is for you. Whatever it is you don't think you can do or that you've been told you can't do, especially what you've been told you can't do, because you can. And it's in finding that out and breaking through the barriers of who you've been told you are and what you've been told you can do that you're going to get to the other side where you can wake up and finally catch a glimpse of who you really are. You're not who they think you are, and you're probably not even who you think you are at this point, because you are so much more than that. But you're never going to know that until you start. So run, sweat, get wet, muddy, scared, whatever it takes, challenge yourself. And do it as long as you can feel it, because that's the only way to find yourself. Push past those limiting stereotypes of yourself and find out who you really are. It's the only way to truly believe in all that you are and all that you deserve. Now, how about you, beautiful? What are you going to do right now that you don't even know if you can do and you don't believe you can do? Tell us about your struggles in the comments. And if you think you know of anyone who this video might help, share it with them. Also, remember to click the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful, and make sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't already so that you don't miss out on any new videos. I'm making one new video each week, usually on Sundays, and if you subscribe, you'll be the first to know about them. I'll see you soon.